I wake up with sweat pouring down my face as I flash back to the memory of my last execution mission. Nothing went the way I had planned. I don't even know if it was right or if it was wrong. And that's something I had to live with. During the Cold War, spies dug for enemy secrets and entrapped those enemies. Agents from various governments worked the same territories, watched the same organizations, and double agents infiltrate every group. It is no small wonder that an agent makes this his last mission. My name is Oliver Baker, and I'm an American spy. In the bunker, General McCoy gives me my mission. You will be in Norway to execute a former American spy who has sold out to the East Germans. The next day, the CIA gives the green light. When I reached the hotel room in Oslo, I noticed a metal box under my bed. I pull it out. It's a Silence VKA 303 suppressed scope with 4 magazines and a range up to a quarter mile. Next, I perfect my disguise. Instead of Oliver Baker, I'll appear to be a German elderly scholar. Then I go out to find the traitor. He's in an old apartment in the heart of the city and drinks whiskey each night at the tavern on the waterfront. Before long, he invites me to come here and speak the next night. I think luck must be on my side today because it is just a block from my hotel. As I leave to return to my room, I see a British agent that I recognize. I only know him as Agent 6. He signals me onto the pathway through the sculpture park. It seems we too are on the same mission. Or almost. There is one problem. His agency wants the target interrogated first. That is a risky option. That could risk our exposure as spies in Norway, or even our lives. And on top of that, it would ruin my plan to assassinate the target. Agent 6 told me he would dress as a college student, a perfect disguise which would attend an educational event. Meanwhile, I would sneak into the vacant building across with the rifle. The next afternoon, I would meet the target and slip a slow-acting drug into his coffee. And that evening, Agent 6 would place himself close to the stage so he could guide the elderly man out when he began to show signs of illness. If we were successful, I would join him in the alleyway and we will take him away for a private interrogation. If not, I would take him out. With our plan ready, we go to a different bar and drink a vodka toast. The next day, I keep my appointment to meet with the target for coffee. When he takes the sugar from the table behind him, I put a small pill in his drink that dissolves in an instant. After wishing him luck and saying that I would see him there, I sneak into the vacant building and hide the rifle under one of the loose floorboards. Then, Agent 6 and I meet for dinner and review our mission one more time. I smile when I see the target entering the venue, right on schedule. Then, we both leave to take up our positions. Agent 6 looks years younger in his disguise and has no trouble making his way toward the stage. I can see him through the rifle scope. Then, I lifted to the podium at the center of the stage. There are about 50 people, mostly college students and professors. I'm not entirely comfortable with Agent 6's plan to take him alive, and I can't help thinking about all the things that could go wrong. But there's no time for that now. The target walks to the center of the stage and begins to speak. I can't hear him now, but I know Agent 6 is recording every moment. About 5 minutes into the speech, the target clenches his fist and collapses. And I see Agent 6 making his way toward the stage. I race to the alleyway, but through the window I see all hell is broken loose inside. Agent 6 is bumped and pushed in the chaos, and his wig falls off. Somebody yells, "Stop him!" But Agent 6 runs onto the stage to complete his mission. Suddenly, I heard a shot ring out, and returning to the window, I see Agent 6 slumped in a pool of blood. Now I'm enraged, and decide to grab the target before the entire waterfront is swarming with cops. An ambulance swings into the alley, and I'm struck with inspiration. I wave the driver to the backstage of the door while pounding on the door and shouting that the ambulance is here. I hold the door while they rush in, and with the stretcher, with the target. I catch both men off guard, and with well-placed kicks, knock them out. I load the traitor in the ambulance and run to the front to drive with the lights and sirens toward the airfield, where the CIA has a jet fueled and waiting. The target begins to wake as I step to the back and pull him from the ambulance. "You, my friend," he said when he saw my face. "What happened?" "Just shut up and enjoy the ride," I said as I pulled him into a fireman's carry and ran for the plane. Once on board, I slap restraints on him and drug him again. The trip starts off roughly as the Oslo police and the German agents roar onto the runway and start firing at the plane. But soon we're in the air, and I fall asleep for more than 24 hours. For the first time in more than 24 hours, but I'm trapped in a nightmare of a shaking plane and tracer rounds hitting the fuselage. I startle myself awake. Then the pilot came on the intercom. "We'll be landing soon." So I decided to wake the prisoner from his beauty sleep. "Where are we?" he asked. "Home sweet home," I said, "but nowhere you want to be." The CIA car was waiting on the tarmac, and I threw him into the back seat of the car. On the way to the bunker, the man started to sing a German melody. He quit singing when we reached the bunker, but when I opened the door, he started yelling in German. I said, "You are not going to die, so shut up. We're only doing a little interrogation, traitor." During the interrogation, General McCoy came in and handed me a faded envelope and left. Inside was a copy of the double agent's records. "So, this is your name, Daniel Williams," I said. "You snuck into the Marine Corps and got booted out. Does any of this sound familiar to you?" The traitor, "Change your plans. Tell me about the German atomic tests." The traitor let out a long breath and spoke. "My name is Daniel Williams. After the U.S. blew up Hiroshima, they wanted that power, but after defeating both wars, they had nothing. After many years and many engineers, they began testing their own bombs. They failed many times, killing scientists and doctors. And my speech tonight was an encrypted message to a new financial source." "And tell me why you had a German sniper there tonight," I demanded. He started laughing. My own rage overwhelmed me. I meant to grab the papers, but I grabbed something else. My handgun. I pulled it out and pointed at the man's head. I said, "You worked for us. You turned your back for your own country to work for the Germans. I should put a bullet in your head." But as I flashed back to the night and all the horrified faces, I couldn't pull the trigger. I just dropped the gun and walked out.